Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see how we can perform user authentication using Flask, SQLite and HTML in simple steps. First we need to create some directories to store HTML, CSS files. For that click on new folder, give the name as templates. Inside templates create home.html, login.html and signup.html. After that create one more folder called statics to store CSS files and images. Inside static create a styles.css file, create app.py, database.py to create database. Go to pypi.org in any browser and here search for SQLite3, this second one. Click on that and just copy it, paste it into your terminals. I have already installed it, so requirement already satisfied. Also you need to install Flask. First we need to create the database. For that go to database.py, import the necessary libraries, import SQLite3 and also create the connection. Using connection is equal to SQLite3.connect and this is the database name, but we are going to use the login.data, and if it is already there, then it will be used, or else it will create a new database. And we need to create a cursor also. For that use cursor is equal to connection dot cursor. Cursor is used to execute the commands, and here we are writing the query to create the table called users. Inside the users I am keeping first name and it's varchar 50, second last name, and this is also varchar 50, and I need a mail, so email varchar 50, and I am making this as a primary key because every emails are unique. And also I need a password varchar 50, and it should not have null value, so not null. And I'm executing this command using cursor.execute, and once it is executed we need to check the table by inserting the values. For that write this query, insert into users, first name, the attribute names we have to give here, email, password and values. I'm just inserting the values as to test. So tester last name test and tester@gmail.com. Also password is also tester, and execute this command using cursor.execute. Once it is executed we need to check it is inserted or not. For that we need to write another query. Before that we need to commit that changes, because whenever the user inserts the data, it have to uh, permanently store in the database, so we are using commit. And this is how we can write the queries by the database. Answer is equal to cursor.execute this fetch all method is used to store the results, and I'm printing the results using the for loop. Just execute it. Once the database has been created, go to app.py, import the necessary packages from Flask, import Flask, render template, and request, redirect everything. And after that, also import SQLite3 and import OS, operating system, and initialize the app using this statement. And I'm using a secret key to secure the application. So randomly, I'm taking 24 characters and creating the first home root, def login, return hello world. Just checking with the hello world, it's running or run or not. If name is double is equal to main, then app dot run debug is equal to true. This command runs the application as hello world is showing here. Once it is done, just return render template login.html. We are returning the HTML file here. Go to login.html. Just edit the file here. Add. First, we need to add the styles.css into the login.html. For that, use this statement: link relation is equal to style sheet, and type is equal to text CSS. Also, ref is equal to, this is a Jinja method to link the static file. Static file name is equal to styles.css, and give the space, close it. And inside the body, I am defining a main. Inside main, I am making a form. Method is equal to post. From here, data have to go to Python app.py. That's why using post method, I am doing that. Input type is equal to email. Name is equal to email. Name is the important thing we need to give, because we need to take the input from the HTML to the Python. So name is important. Also, we need password. Give the name as password. Placeholder is equal to enter password. And after that, we need a button to submit. Type is equal to submit, and value is equal to login. Anything you can give. Without value also you can do login, and add one statement. If the user don't have an account, just click here and it renders to the create sign up page. For the time being, I am using this hashtag. It doesn't render to any other pages. Just create account. Add a break after the first statement and go to styles.css. For the, this is star is equal to apply the styles for all. Margin is equal to 0, padding 0, body minimum height I am keeping 100 VH, and justify content center. So align item center. Background color, I'm using the background image. I'm using linear gradient. To bottom, I'm using this color. You can change 50%, and this is E9, 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 30%. And font family sans serif. Now I'm defining the main. For main background color, I'm using that E9, E9. because it's attractive. Width 500 px, height 700 px. So margin top 10%, margin left auto, margin right auto. It is these margin left, margin right is used to make the main section center. So border radius 30 px, box shadow. I'm using the box shadow 30 px and 50 px. Box sizing, border box. Also padding 30 px. Main form. Now we need to design form. So align item center, justify content, space between. After that, we need to write the CSS properties for the input field. So width 90%, border radius, border 3 px solid. I'm using black, and border radius 15 px, padding 20 px, font size 20 px, font weight bold, background color transparent. The default background color will be displayed. And box shadow, I'm using the box shadow 2 px, 3 px and 4 px. You can change the value based on your reference. Margin left auto, margin right auto. It is used to make the content center. Display flex. And margin bottom 20 px. Otherwise, if I don't give margin bottom, it will come once after once it's overlapping. And now we need to define button width 300 px, height 60 px, border radius 15 px, align item center, margin left auto, margin right auto, display block, and margin 0 auto. It is easy to make the content, the text, what is there in the button, that should have to come in the center. So text align center, font weight bold. Also background color, I'm using yellow green. And margin bottom, I'm giving 30 px, otherwise it overlaps between the next content. And P, the don't have an account section, for that margin top 30 px, font size 25 px, and font weight bold. Color brown, the text color should have come in brown color. Text align center, align item center to center the vertically center. And we use the all functions, and yeah, it's giving the better results. After that, go to app.py, create one more route called login validation to validate the input given from the user. And methods is equal to post, because we are getting the input, so post method will be used. And take the input using request dot form dot get the whatever name given there in the input field, same name have to given here. And password is equal to request dot form dot get password. And we need to create the connection with the database. So connection is equal to SQLite dot 3 dot connect login data dot db. And cursor is equal to, you need to create the cursor also, connection dot cursor. After that, just check the user is present in the database or not by executing this query. Cursor.execute, select star from users where email is equal to question mark and password is equal to question mark. This is how you can pass the parameters. We cannot give directly, that's why we are giving this question mark. After that, fetch all, we need to fetch the result. If the length of user is greater than is equal to 0, if the data present, then the length will become 1, then return welcome message will be returned. Otherwise it have to return to the login page, so redirected to that page. Just check with this, and we need here in login.html in the form we need to give the action. Once the submit button is clicked, where it have to go, login validation, the function name. And here just check test@gmail.com tester. This is not coming. So here change the 8 into star and the name here. I used that name, make it email, and check the data. Yes, it's coming. Welcome. And after that, create a new route called home. Once the login is done, it have to render to the new home page. So write a function def home, fname is equal to request.args. We are passing the parameters from the login validation to show the user details. For that, we are using this args.get fname and lname, and also I'm passing email. Return render template home.html. And the data fname is equal to fname, lname is equal to lname, email is equal to email. This is, I'm sending the data into the HTML page, and here instead of welcome we need to add something. For that, close the connection and redirect to the login page, sorry, the home page. For that home, here I'm sending the parameters fname by this method question mark fname is equal to user of 0 in this user variable. This tester is coming in the zeroth index. In zeroth index, or the first value, zeroth value, first value is the first name, and the second value is last name, and the mail value should become in third position. Email user of 0 of 2. Yes. And go to home.html, just edit it, add this css files, and write the main function here also. And I'm returning a h1. This is the Jinja method, fname curly braces lname. We have passed, right? We are using that here. And email also, I'm printing in h2. Just do these things. After that, image, I'm using image show user is a class because it have to look some attractive, right? So after that, go to styles.css, add that show user class, the background color, sorry, background image URL. I copied the image into the static folder. The image name is user logo dot png, and margin left auto, margin right auto. It is used to make the image center. Display flex, width 200px, height 200px, and background position center, and background size cover, and border radius 50%. It have to come in a round round shape, so 50% margin top, 20%, otherwise it overlaps with the h1 h2 tags. H1 h2 is text align center. I'm making this text center, and margin top 20%, and run this program. Just check it's working or not. Tester, yes, it's coming here showing the result. Once the login is completed, then we need to perform sign up operation. For that, create a new root sign up and define the function as sign up. Return render template sign up.html. After that, go to signup.html, edit the HTML file, add the CSS file in there, and inside the body, define main. Inside main, I'm using the same CSS, and for action, for method, we're sending the data there to Python, so that we're using the method post. And input, we are taking the input type is equal to text, name, f name, placeholder is equal to enter, first name, break, after the input break statement have to come, otherwise it overlaps, and just copy paste it and change accordingly. First name becomes last name, and email, type email, also enter email. After that, password, name, password, also placeholder, enter password. After that, we need to add one button to submit. Type is equal to submit, value is equal to sign up, whatever you can give. Also create account. After that, create a p tag. In if the user already have the account, render the page to login.html. I'm linking using a tag. Login ref is equal to this function, main function. So just action add user. I'm going to write the another function to add the user into the database. For that, create a new root called add user. Method is equal to post, because we are taking the data from the HTML. After that, def add user, define the function, and take the input, give the same name what we gave in the HTML, request.form.get f name, also l name we need, same name you have to give, otherwise it show error. Change it, l name, and email, also password I need, so password here also I give the name there, password. Connect the database, SQLite3.connect login data.db, create the cursor is equal to connection.cursor, answer is equal to cursor.execute. I am checking the user is currently already have the account in the database, so that I'm writing the query where email is equal to question mark, and password is equal to question mark, and here I am passing the data, email and password. It have to store the result into answer, so I'm using the fetch all method, and just check with the if condition. If the length of answer is greater than 0, if the user already presents, then connection.close, close the connection, and return render template. This return the user into the login page, so login.html. If the user don't have the account, then write the query cursor.execute insert into users, Just and all the attributes are there. Just give fname, lname, email, password, and values are question mark, and after that pass the fname, lname into bracket because directly we can't assign. After that, just commit the changes, otherwise the data is not going to store permanently, and close the connection, and return render template, return to the login page, login.html. Once it is done, go to login.html, change the href into this sign up, because if the user don't have the account, it have to show navigate here. After that, I'm just trying to create a new user and password something new. Yeah, it's operational error because here the name fname is not an attribute name, first name and last name. Yeah, now it have to come, create the new account, nishan kamat at gmail.com, password, and yes, it's entering to the sign up page. After that, just yes, it's coming, everything is working fine. I need an image there, otherwise it look blank, so I'm adding one image into login.html inside the main. After p tag, image art is equal to user, go to styles.css, edit the file, add the main image, margin left auto, margin right auto, display flags. It is used to make the image center with 200 px, height 200 px, background image url. It's in a static folder. I have copied already the image into static folder called the login png. You can see the image here, and image position, background position is center. It have to become center, and background size, cover, margin top 40 px, otherwise it overlaps, and border radius 50%. I'm making the image in round shape. Just refresh it. Yes, it's working fine, everything is coming, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you all.